What's going on, guys? Ryan O'Toole back here again, giving you guys another Halloween movie review. That is right, guys, with Halloween coming up, or it's today actually, I am going to be reviewing my favorite horror film of all time with a special guest. That is The Shining. Red Rum. Directed by Stanley Kubrick, of course. This is one of Stanley Kubrick's masterpieces. And it stars Jack Nicholson as Jack Torrance, and you also have Shelley Duvall, Danny Lloyd, and Scatman Carruthers. And joining me to talk about The Shining, you've never seen this guy before. Yeah, definitely not. He has a YouTube channel of his own. His name is Vaters, I believe. And he's known as Mr. 1%. I have no idea. Can you introduce yourself?
1%. 1%. Fuck you, Ryan. Anyways, hey, I'm Jay Vaters on YouTube. You all know me. You've seen me and Ryan do collaborations before and stuff. But we're on Ryan's channel this time. I don't like it. But still, we're going to be talking about The Shining. Wow. I love The Shining. It's one of the greatest horror films ever. And let's do this. That's my Jack Nicholson. Okay. I gotta go more over the top. Let's do this.
Here's Ryan and Jay. Anyway, guys, yeah, this is a spoiler-filled review. The Shining came out 30 plus years ago, so if you haven't seen The Shining, what are you doing? This is one of the greatest horror films ever made, so there's going to be some spoilers in this review. I figured I should let you guys know that. Okay. Alright, let's talk about The Shining. So, the plot to The Shining, it's about the Torrance family. Jack Torrance is going to apply to be the winter caretaker at the Overlook Hotel, and he has this job from October all the way up to May, and basically, as he's the winter caretaker there, he experienced that this hotel has a very haunted past with the former caretaker there, and so Jack just gets even more insane with his family, his wife, and his son, and the whole movie, it's fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucked up.
What else needs to be said? Review over. Okay. Anyway. Let's start with you, Jay. Jay, what was your first experience with The Shining? When did you first see it? When did you first hear of it? And what were your first initial thoughts?
Well, my family's a weird family. Like, I had no boundaries. I could watch, like, the most weirdest fucked up shit when I was a kid. I saw The Shining with my brother at, like, I was like about 10, 11 years old on television. It was on, like, Showcase and stuff, so it was uncut and everything, and basically, I'm like, oh, it's Joker from Batman, and my brother's like, this is The Shining. I'm like, what the fuck, what is that? And then he's like, it's a good movie. I watched it, and when I was 10 years old, at first it was kind of boring and stuff. Again, this is in the mind of a 10-year-old and stuff, but when they get to the Overlook Hotel and stuff and crazy shit starts happening, I was like, oh my god. And the entire ending, the entire third act, which is the most terrifying third act, it really messed me up as a kid. I'm like, oh my god. Like, it was like shit your pants scary. And when the more and more I got older and started watching it more and more, I just loved it so much and stuff. And I loved how this movie was made. I love how Kubrick directed this movie. This is one of the best Kubrick movies ever. That's saying a lot because it's Stanley Kubrick. This guy has made like movies like 2001: A Space Odyssey, Full Metal Jacket, Eyes Wide Shut, Lolita, so many great films, Barry Lyndon. But The Shining is such a unique horror film. There's been so many theories out there about the ending and stuff and about Jack Torrance's character. It's just such a well-received film. I know when it first came out, it wasn't a well-received film, but I loved it. Like, this is like the cool movie to watch when I was a teenager and stuff. Like, you're not watching The Shining, you're not cool, fuck off. But this movie's great. I love it. I watch it every Halloween season, and yeah, it's amazing. It doesn't date. It's a timeless horror film. Timeless.
Yeah, you've basically given your review. Anyway, so let me talk about the positives first. So, Stephen King is the author of The Shining, and he hates this film. He does not like it. It's completely different from his book. In years and years, there's many different videos out there comparing the movie to the original novel. So many differences, like the maze isn't the maze isn't in the book and all that. Room 237, it's supposed to be 217. So many different things and all that. This movie, Jay, believe it or not, it was nominated for 2 Razzie Awards. Worst Director and Worst Actress for Shelley Duvall. That is insane to me. But anyway, let's talk about the performances. Jack Nicholson as Jack Torrance. Funny name. I love Jack Nicholson's performance. He's given one of the best performances of all time in a horror film. This character, he's so strange. He's so comedic in some scenes, but this character is just insane. But Jack Nicholson was perfect for the role. I mean, coming out of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, the man was just perfect for this role. And him, throughout this whole movie, he's just getting more insane and possessed by this thing in the Overlook Hotel. And him as the caretaker, it's pretty weird, but it's an awesome character. And we got Shelley Duvall as Wendy Torrance, and you have Danny Lloyd as young Danny. One of the best child performances of all time. People say it is the best child performance of all time. I agree, it's up there. And the whole movie, the cast is A-list.
Yeah, just so good. Scatman Crothers is also great, too.
And Scatman
Crothers, I like his relationship with Danny and stuff. Like, he's like, you have the gift too, and stuff. They, like, communicate with each other through their minds and stuff. It's weird, but And then Scatman Crothers, being the hero that he is, goes to the fucking Overlook at the end, like, no, don't go! You'll die! And, of course, he dies horribly. Just the fucking axe to him, and, I love Jack Nicholson in this movie. This is such a great performance. This performance is made for Jack Nicholson. No one could do this role but Jack Nicholson. And no one can make it not only scary, but super funny, too. Like, and I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down. Like, like, I love the little son of a bitch. Like, it's so, like, he's so fucking nuts, and like he's like, give me the bat, honey. Give me the bat. Just like, he's so fucking crazy. He's insane.
Hey, Lloyd, what a rub today.
And just,
this was the movie that got him the role of the Joker.
Even like little scenes when like she thinks Danny is being like hurt by Jack and stuff, she's like, stay away from him, don't hurt him. He just gives her the look, like, what the fuck is she talking about? I never touched him. But I like Shelley Duvall. A lot of people harp on her performance. Some people think she's bad in the movie. I think she's great in the movie. She's playing someone who is miserable. She looks miserable, and blah, that's because of Kubrick. He made her miserable. Made her do that tape with the swinging bat, like, 200 times and stuff. Made her cry so much. Her eyes were swollen and stuff. Like, no wonder this chick is miserable, but she gave a realistic performance, and she felt genuinely scared. Like, when he's, like, breaking down the fucking door and stuff, saying, here's Johnny, and she's, like, holding the knife going, ah! Like, I buy that she is terrified. I would be terrified too. And yeah, she gives a great performance. I think Danny is great too. And he's got like this weird psychic connection and stuff. And he keeps saying, red rum, which is murder. It means murder, people. And it's, ugh. And I like Scatman Crothers. All the performances are great. And the cinematography is also so beautiful in this movie. It's shot by John Alcott, I think. And it's one of the most beautifully shot films. The tracking shots are fantastic. The shot with him on the freaking wagon, his little bike and stuff. He sees the fucking twins. Come play with us, Danny. I'm like, ugh.
Come play with us, Danny.
It's so creepy.
Let's talk about them. Let's talk about the creepy imagery in this movie. Oh my god. The blood coming out of the elevator, that completely terrifies me. The little girls terrify me. The ending shot in the maze with Jack Torrance frozen up, that gives me the creeps. And the ending shot with the picture gives me nightmares. But anyway, the cinematography, you mentioned, the cinematography is flawless. Like the way the movie opens with the mountain shots. It's gorgeous, and the iconic music. Boom, 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 boom. Like, it's a haunting theme. The score is amazing.
I love Ready Player One.
And the cinematography... I'm sorry, did you say something?
I love Ready Player One.
Yeah, I love Ready Player One.
That scores in that movie, too.
Hey, it was in that movie. Let's talk about Room 237. The beautiful lady turns into a... sorry. Anyway.
And then
so many iconic...
well, that's just... and he's like making out with some lady. I'm like, oh god, that's my body in 10 years. It's the future. God.
Oh my god. Anyway, let's talk about some other things. Jay, what were some of your favorite scenes in the movie that just has to do with dialogue?
So many. My favorite scene is just every scene Jack Nicholson going fucking nuts. That's why I watched the movie. And I like the beginning and too when they establish the characters. It's good character development. I love that they think Danny is like a schizophrenic and stuff because he's like talking to himself. He has an imaginary friend and stuff, and you're like, who is this imaginary friend? I'm like, who the fuck is he talking to and stuff. They go to a logical standpoint. They're like, oh, he can talk to ghosts. No, he's mentally not okay and stuff. And I like the scenes with him and his mom. I like the relationship between Shelley Duvall and Danny Lloyd. It's a very nice mother-son relationship. A lot of the movie is them, like, watching TV, exploring the Overlook. It's nice and very touching and stuff, while Jack Nicholson's just going fucking crazy and stuff. And every scene with Jack Nicholson, one of my favorite scenes is him talking to Lloyd and stuff, and basically Lloyd convincing him to go mad and kill his family and stuff. All of that is great and stuff. Them going to flashbacks of the Overlook and how the twins died. All of that's great shit. And it's hard to pick like a favorite scene. It's a cop-out to say it's Jack Nicholson, every scene with Jack Nicholson, but honestly that is the best parts of the movie. Him going fucking crazy and him chasing Danny through that maze is so great, and it's so tension-filled, and Danny like back-tracing his steps and hiding.
Danny! And the way he walks.
Just like that. It's just...
He lost the ice bucket challenge for sure.
Yes.
Anyway, let's talk about just some theories. Like, people have tried to theorize the Shine-In. What does it mean? What does Shine-In mean? There's a great scene with Scatman Carruthers and Danny Lloyd talking about his Shine-In ability, like he's a superhero and all that. People really can't define what the Shine-In means. I can pretty much sum it up. What if this whole entire time Jack Torrance was in the Overlook the whole entire time? Like, not as an actual character. Like, what if he... his character's a writer in the movie. What if he wrote this whole entire movie, and it's him as a demon in the Overlook Hotel, and he's there the whole entire movie? That could definitely spark up some debate with the ending, with the picture and all that, and...
Exactly. Yeah, that is a pretty good theory. I every time I try to think of a theory, it just gets proven wrong, so I try not to do theories and stuff, but there's a documentary called Room 237.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, it's a weird documentary that has... It's cool fan fiction, that documentary, and it's made by people who love The Shining. But some of the shit they talk about in that movie, I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? Like, the shit with the moon landing and stuff, I'm like, what? And then stuff about, like, historical things, I'm like, wait, what?
That's stupid.
There's just things that I'm like, what the hell are they babbling about? Like, it's just, it's easily just to call this movie, it's just about a man going crazy, and honestly, it could very well just be that. We're maybe overanalyzing the film too much, but I don't know. The thing with the ending, with him in the picture and stuff, I'm like, was he there a long time ago, and did he die a long time ago at the Overlook Hotel? Or is this not real? Is this all in his head? Like, what is this movie? But the simple explanation could be, it's what it shows you. It's just about a family going to Overlook Hotel. Ghosts, guy goes crazy. It could be just that, or it could not be. Are we overanalyzing it? The only person who knows is Stephen King or Kubrick and stuff.
One of those two. Jay, what were your thoughts? Let's talk about the bar scene, because the bar scene, everything in the bar is one of my favorite parts. And rewatching it, I definitely could tell that Passengers is completely ripping off the bar scenes. Completely. But yeah, Jay, what were your thoughts overall with Lloyd, the bartender, and all their scenes and all that? Just what were your thoughts on it?
I love it, yeah. Kind of talk about Passengers. Fuck Passengers. Fuck that movie. But yeah, I hate that movie. But yeah, Lloyd, I love all that. It's just, hi, Lloyd. All that conversation is super great. And
Good man.
Yes, good man. I love that this spirit is just like egging him on, and basically, it's not like tormenting him. He's almost like manipulating him to do something really terrible and stuff, and it's really interesting. And yeah, the conversations he has with Lloyd is some of the best dialogue in the film, and the performance, I don't know who that actor is, but that guy does a great job. And yeah, I love all those scenes, and then what leads up to him, you know, with the typing, all work and no play, all play, make Jack a dull boy, and that's all great. And yeah, it builds up to the climax, which is one of the greatest climaxes to a horror film, and yeah, all great stuff.
Oh yeah, I love the setting too of The Shining, just in a snowy location, isolated from the outside world. And it's really scary setting for a horror film, one of the most iconic. The Overlook is definitely a character of its own. It's haunting, it's creepy as shit, and all of that stuff is what's fantastic about The Shining. And I have no negatives with The Shining.
No, me either. Unless, again, isolation and claustrophobia is, like, something I'm very into. Like, it's weird. I have a fetish.
Wow!
No, I love claustrophobia and isolation. I think that's the best thing of a thriller in a horror film, which is why I love movies like Buried and Rear Window and stuff like that. It's the stuff that when you're stuck somewhere and you can't get out, that is the most terrifying thing. That's why I love the Blair Witch Project as well. Like, they're stuck in these woods and they can't get out. Something about being stuck somewhere and you can't leave is the most scariest thing to me. Demons and ghosts and shit, like, that doesn't scare me and stuff. None of that shit scares me because I know it's not real and shit. But something about being stuck is scary. The mother and son being stuck with Jack Nicholson, who's fucking going crazy, and he wants to kill them, and they're stuck there and they can't leave. That's scary to me. That is terrifying. And that's what makes it so creepy, and that's what makes that maze scene so creepy. Because you're like, oh my god, is Danny gonna get out of this? Like, oh my god, this is just terrifying and everything. And the way he outsmarts it is great, but that is terrifying to me. That is scary. That's realistic to me. And yeah, I think this movie is creepy, unsettling. It's got great atmosphere. Kubrick is just a masterful director. And no, there is no flaws with this movie. This is almost a perfect horror film. Just like many Kubrick films, it's like a perfect film. It's fucking amazing. And yeah, here's Johnny! So good.
Here's Johnny. Like, yeah, you basically summed up my thoughts. The Shining. I love this film. It's my favorite horror movie of all time. Stanley Kubrick, one of his masterpieces. The performances were top notch. It's a shame that it didn't get Oscar love, but that sucks. Yeah. But overall, The Shining, it's a flawless masterpiece. It's amazing. And on my rating scale, The Shining definitely gets a 5 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, it's amazing. And by the way, Stephen King has no idea what he's talking about. Like, this movie's phenomenal. He made his own mini-series of The Shining, and that mini-series sucked. So King has no fucking idea what he's talking about. Like, he directed Maximum Overdrive. Oh, some filmmaker he is. He's a good writer. Stick to books. But yeah, 10 out of 10. Shining. Amazing. See it. If you have not seen it yet, you're missing out on greatness.
I agree. If a movie's great and completely different from the book, I'm completely fine with it. I just want great movies. Don't we all? But anyway, that's our review for The Shining, guys. Let us know your thoughts and opinions on The Shining. Do you love it? Hate it? Think it's okay? And yeah, comment below. Are we wrong? Are we stupid? Let us know. But anyway, thank you so much, Jay, for joining me for this Halloween review collab on The Shining, man. It's so much appreciated. We collab all the time, Jay. And Jay, I'm pretty much like all or half of my subs are subscribed to you. But just in case, tell them where they can find you on your social media.
You can find me on YouTube. That's where all the cool people are. Or the people who have no lives and just can't get dates. But still, yes, Jay Vaters on YouTube. I have a Facebook. I'll be creating a Twitter, maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. Hashtag Jay get a Twitter. Hashtag Jay get a Twitter. Hashtag Jay get a Twitter.
Zach has too much inspiration on you. You need to stop talking to that man. But yes, find me on Jay Vaters. Check me out. Join the dark side, bitches.
Yeah. Dark side for life. Alright. Thank you guys as always for watching this review. And if you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, if you don't know who Jay and I are, go subscribe to Mr. Jay Vaters. Come subscribe here for more content. All of my social media links are in the description down below. Click that notification bell on your way out. And happy Halloween! And we'll see you in the next video. Bye!
Dark side!